not guilty. The 5 men accused of plotting to bomb a local bridge say they aren't guilty of the crime. The 5 men were back in court today, along with dozens of supporters.
About 50 members of Occupy Cleveland occupied a federal courtroom in support of the men accused of trying to blow up the Route 82 bridge in Brecksville. News Channel 5's John Cossack was in the courtroom and spoke with some of those supporters today. And John, they're saying they were set up.
Supporters of Connor Stevens, at least, Lee, pretty much saying exactly that they feel that the 20-year-old from Berea was coerced into this.
All of these people are standing here for him.
Supporters of 20-year-old Connor Stevens of Berea gather outside federal court moments after Stevens, along with co-defendants Brandon Baxter, Anthony Hain, Joshua Stafford, and Douglas Wright, all pleaded not guilty to charges related to the use of a weapon of mass destruction in a foiled plot to blow up the Route 82 bridge last week over the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Stevens' sister says don't lump him in with the others.
He had a planned plot in this, as anyone else did, but everyone is different and individual. So you need to look at them as individual people and not 5 people being tried as monster terrorists.
Prosecutors say the group bought their fake explosives from undercover FBI agents who were working with an informant in the group, which had ties to Occupy Cleveland. BRELIN Stevens says that informant pressured her brother.
The informant approached these 5 men, gave them jobs, gave them money, gave them a place to, was promising them places to live. Connor said, I did not want to be a part of this.
She said her brother felt threatened.
He thought he wouldn't have a job or a place to live. This person, they trusted him. They thought they had to do it. There was talks of threat. He was scared. He did not want to be a part of this.
A detention hearing was postponed for the 5 who remain held without bond. The attorney for Anthony Hain says this is the first step down a long road.
We're not even out of the locker room on this one yet, guys, so there's nothing intelligent I can give you about the case at this point.
All 5 of the suspects sat together in their orange jumpsuits in one table inside the courtroom where they had about 50 supporters there, many of them with Occupy Cleveland. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from Connor Stevens' father on what he had to say today. Reporting live at the federal courthouse, John Cossack, News Channel 5.
Okay, John, thanks very much. And tonight, for the first time, we are hearing from Connor Stevens. Before last week's arrest, Stevens spoke with a filmmaker working on a documentary about the Occupy movement. In it, he talked about the rules in place for anyone joining the Occupy Cleveland movement.
They just make sure things run smoothly. Anybody coming into the camp that's new, introduce them to the basic rules, basic why we're doing this, that we expect them to give back, in exchange for, which basically the only 2 rules. It's a sober camp, so you can do drugs and alcohol, just not here, not in this area. And actually, I forget the second rule.
Stevens also talked about the use of violence, what he had to say about that. Coming up at 5:30 in a complete report from our chief investigator, Ron Regan.